You're listening to the Neighborhood Radio Extra Extra interview hosted by Zeke Lenham and Rick is Ugly.
Hey.
Yo, all right.
Chill with
Out the gate with the boomer. That's crazy.
that's
All right, let's get it. Welcome to the Neighborhood Radio. Thank you for tuning in today. Today, we have AFK from New York City, experimental hip-hop rap group. Introduce yourselves.
Brandon. I'm the vocalist / I produce a lot on the records.
yeah. I'm Danny. I play drums, also produce other stuff.
And I'm TK, producer, engineer, dude.
Hell yeah. So, how long? So, I remember there's a line where you, Brandon, you go, "TK is my sensei." How long have you guys been making music together?
Well, it's kind of a hard question to answer because we've always kind of been fucking around making stuff. I feel like we started taking it quasi seriously like 2016, 2017. So it really wasn't too long before that bar was laid down, but we had known each other for a long while.
Mm-hmm.
These guys had been making music for longer than I ever had, and yeah, they're the ones that got me into it. So DK was definitely my sensei, like first starting out, learning how to produce, learning what the fuck Ableton even is. I still learn from these guys. Like they're who I learn everything from. So.
Okay. So how long have you guys known each other overall?
Almost a whole ass decade, bro. Whole ass decade. In like a year, I think. What was it?
Damn.
Danny and I
you two have known each other longer.
Danny and I are
it was
on
like
a
high
decade.
school.
Yeah, Danny and I are on a decade. Brandon and us three probably on like 8 years or something like that. 8, 9.
So you guys met in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good story. High school story. Oh, the high school story.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not friends with anyone from high school, so that's
Who's gonna tell?
shout out to you guys for holding it down for that one.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, these two didn't even go to my school. They went to school together. But I met these two through a friend, and I don't know, it was all very, very serendipitous how it came together. We were all kind of on the same shit.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, you guys said you've known for each other so long, but you guys aren't like that old or anything, right? Like mid-20s?
27.
That's your perspective on old.
I'm 26.
Well, I only use that as a relative term. I only use that relatively. That's not old. I'm not.
Everyone's old after like 21. We're not old. We're realistically not old. 27, 25. That's, my knees are fucked, bro. I'm 27.
Bro, I hit 20 and I instantly started having back problems.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's struggling with this Discord shit. It's like I've already fallen behind. But Deadass didn't have the thing that was on there, so like I'll try it,
But you guys you guys grew up like super like internet, like you guys have been with the shits.
Ironically enough.
Yeah. I mean, the place we grew up was not very cool, quote unquote. So, only way to really find out what was cool out there was through the internet, and yeah, and especially for me, like I had friends at my school, but I didn't really like deeply fuck with too many people at my school. So like definitely spent way I don't know if I want to say too much, but good amount of time on the internet. Figuring this shit out, becoming whoever the fuck I am today.
Yeah, I'm from a pretty rural place, so I definitely relate to not being able to find cool shit like where you're from and having to rely on the internet.
So
yeah.
you guys have any of the? Sorry, you can go ahead.
No, it's fine. You go.
You guys have any like of what you guys were? Because obviously you guys have been doing stuff before AFK. Do you still like have much of it?
Oh, we have all of it.
Let's go.
Unfortunately,
We have all of it.
I'm a hoarder, bro. I'm a hoarder. I like my data. Give me it all. So
This man got drives on
it's
drugs.
like all whack for like a long time.
oh yeah, no.
Years of
That is-
whackness, bro.
Yeah.
That's the secret vault in the
It
vault.
is. Did you ever put any of it out?
Oh
Hell
gosh.
no, and I'm so glad.
No.
Well,
So glad.
Yo, there's still
technically-
slackers on that. I'm not gonna hold you. There's some on there, but I mean, they're
Some
definitely, they
stuff is
show-
floating around the internet.
yeah, Thomas and I
Maybe
got
we'll
a
find it someday.
unfortunately got a prog rock band that if you dug hard enough you could find. It's not good, but you know.
Don't listen to them though. It's gas. It's still gas to this day. They love
Don't listen
saying
to him.
that.
It's
They
ass.
love him saying talking like it's garbage. It's actually
No,
fire.
no.
Basically, we get through a lot of shit to find where we are today. You know.
I feel like there's a base level of quality to prog rock that's like bad prog rock is still better than like a lot of other music. I think.
Yeah, you
Honestly,
could've
the
been making
best
a
prog
much
rock
lamer
is, like-
genre.
All right.
Nah,
There's
but
some people.
Yeah, when these guys were in that band, that was how I don't know. I thought they were mad cool. They were in this band and shit. And
Oh, that's back. Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And when I really started rolling with these guys and hanging out, like, that was what kind of got me into like, oh shit, like I can actually make music. You know, like people are out here my age making music. It's not like this thing you need a fucking like studio and like record
sure.
deal for, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like the best. I think the best part of, for me personally, of like the modern era is how accessible music is. How
Right,
easy it is
100%.
to make it.
I remember like one of the first things like like you said, like obsessed with the like bro, like you don't even understand. See, like I remember like tweeting at them like, dude, fuck your guys' numbers. Like the music like you make is that studio quality that feels like has a million types of fans, and you can see that in any like level of popularity if you dig for it enough, or if you listen enough. And that's there's obviously so many things like the music industry doesn't necessarily uplift artists or anything, but that aspect of it is just the value is unmatched.
Yeah. No, like there are certain songs like The Leech, for example, like that song, like that would have probably been like my favorite song of all time when I was like 18, 19.
It's the best live song.
Yeah, that's one of the best live songs. It's
I can imagine. I can understand why it would be one of the best live songs.
I'd argued against it just because it's hard as hell to play on drums, but
But yeah, no, that song is fucking awesome.
So one thing I'm kind of in that you saying that kind of makes me really interested in the process of some like rap bands. When it comes to like the drumming and the producing, like the actual programming of that, like what is the process? Like, do you come up with something? Does like Brandon like have like an idea that he tells you? Does TK program something and then you have to learn how to play it? Like how? I really want to know the process of it.
I mean, it could be any of us who program. We've gotten pretty like efficient at like just producing just digitally, like with the mouse. But no, I mean, we all take turns. Like it could be Thomas sometimes, then maybe I come in and edit some things, or Brandon will come in and edit some things. It's never like solely like one person doing like drums or like keys or anything specific like that. But when it comes to like live drumming, it's like there's no recorded drums officially, or there is like sparingly throughout the record, but for live, it's usually just trying to like figure it out, like what works best with like the like all like the like live frequencies that go on, and just trying to find the best balance for that.
Yeah,
he's being humble. We be making these songs, not even thinking about how hard it's gonna be for him to fucking come up with some shit. And we go to the studio or our practice space and we run the song a million times, and he just figures it out on his own and comes up with like the sickest fucking
That's amazing.
live drum parts for it.
And also, we'll fucking like do like parts over and over and over again, so we can get the part, so he gets it fucking good. He's really good. He's a really good drummer. He keeps humbling himself, but
No, like with something as eclectic as like what you guys produce, like just again, whether or not like he had to figure it out, just being able to play that shit, like so it's sometimes like it's with piano, I'll see a song be played on piano, and it's like in my head, like I think there's not a physical way to do that. Like, nah, you can't. You're gonna miss something. You're gonna miss something, the core of it. But like, I see recordings, and I'm like, so bad you guys are only on the east side, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
we're going.
We gotta get
one
over
day,
there.
one fucking day. You gotta let us know when you're going. Like, if we go out to you, you gotta let us know when you're fucking pulling up.
bro, like again, like as long as you have like a month or two, like notice in advance, like I'll be there, bro. Even if it's in Oregon, bro. You gotta go and bumfuck Idaho. That's okay.
Yeah, yo.
You're West
like,
Coast?
Yeah.
Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, with the live set too, like we've gotten to the point now where like TK and Dan are like coordinating and collaborating on different bits we can do and new ways we can like alter the songs that we already have. So like I don't know, it's cool to be. I feel like we exist in like a weird middle zone of like hip hop, but also punk, but also we could settle in. We fit nicely in like many different types of live bills, and I think a lot of that has to do with how TK and Dan sort of change things on the fly. Like no two sets are really the same. It gives us that like live band kind of feeling, even though we only really have one instrument on stage.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's actually really badass because sometimes I was like when I see artists do live stuff, like hearing like seeing like how like you can tell that song is really like internal because based on like whatever they may be going through in life right that moment, they're gonna perform it a certain way, or maybe the drummer will perform it a certain way, and like with something as energetic as you guys do it, how much planning in preparation do you guys tend to do for live shows?
I mean, we practice the set like it's pretty
Thomas,
much like.
I think you're muted. I heard you
I
talking
I
in the
was
other room.
I was brother. Nah, it was definitely a process. Fucking, we've been working on this live set iteration, quote unquote, since probably a year and a half now, maybe a year if I'm overestimating. But it's just been constantly readjusting all of the songs, readjusting the layout, readjusting the mix because these mixes aren't the same mixes as what you hear on the record. So just trying to figure all that shit out. All that.
Yeah, and we're practicing at least once a week.
Easy.
At least once, maybe twice a week. We'll hit our. We have a practice spot on the other side of town, and we just go in there, tiny ass sweaty room, and just fucking let it all out and
chisel it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing, it's almost like boxing or something, where like you train a certain way like for like a long period of time, but like once the actual like show happens, it's like usually so different. There's so many different like variables that happen, like
Of course.
even like just the humidity in the room changes like how
See, like
the
how
set feels.
how could you prepare yourself for for that thing, like the actual environment of it? How do you prepare for yourself for that?
It's I mean just doing it a lot. You kind of get used to like a wide variety of settings. Just drinking a lot of water. 'Cause sometimes like it'll be so hot you just like pass out sometimes. No, you really can't. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
But you try to get as close to perfect as possible.
It's weird. You have to be kind of ready for a wide variety of vibes. Lately I try not to have too many expectations going into any show. Because I've had shows where like I think they're gonna be like bangers, and then like I don't know, no one shows up, and it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
kind of low key.
But also
And
the
then
flip
there's the
side too,
shows where
like
yeah, exactly, where you think no one's gonna fucking be there. That was like our most recent show. We did a show to college, and I don't know. I was in my skeptic bag. I was like, we're getting paid good. It's a college. That's all I'm here for. Like I wasn't really expecting too much, but they showed the fuck out, and it was like one of our most poppin' shows ever. It was
Yeah,
really fucking
that's
awesome.
fine. I have a question real quick. So you mentioned a bit earlier, you said your show is sort of like your music tends to dip into like punk and rap and like has a bit of crossover. What artists would you say you guys are most influenced by?
oh god.
I mean, the obvious answer is Death Grips, because our setup is nearly identical to them. But honestly, seeing Injury Reserve
Oh yeah,
recently was a
yeah,
huge inspiration.
yeah.
Especially regarding like the live samples and like the stuff that TK is doing, because when we saw them, their setup was two Ableton pushes, which is what TK uses to
Yeah.
DJ the set essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way they were doing it, and how they stretched the software, and I don't know, you could tell like it even though they're entirely digital, like they don't have any live instrumentation, but like it still had that very live kind of feel to it. So that was a huge inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And we're honestly super inspired by the people around us. Like
Yeah, a lot of New York underground.
Yeah, the scene out
Club
here is
music.
really fucking cool. Yeah.
Are you guys into Show Me the Body?
Oh yeah. We did a show with them years ago when we were first starting out.
What?
Yeah, it was.
Damn, that's
it was
awesome.
nuts.
Yeah,
We were.
Yeah.
We weren't shit back then. Like, if we could do a show with them now, it'd be a whole different story.
Was that
it was
Soul
still
Glow
great.
too?
Yeah, it was a nuts lineup. Soul Glow and Show Me the Body.
Soul Glow and damn, that's crazy.
It was like before they dropped like the one EP, but they kind of like got on the map a little bit. So it was like really early on.
Yeah. When I first like listened to your music, Show Me the Body was the first band that popped into my head.
Yeah, they're tight. They do a lot of cool shit around here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But like
a lot of influence from everywhere though.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A lot of our peers.
Yep.
How far has like the music like really like taken y'all in terms of like doing a live show? What's the farthest you guys have traveled for one?
We did really not too far. We do a lot of New York.
Virginia, dog.
Virginia.
Yes,
Last
Virginia.
second.
All the way down there.
Last fucking second, bro. 24 hours notice. You want to play Virginia? Yeah, dude. Go to Virginia, play the show. It was go back home.
Yeah, it was
It
it was but they paid well, so that was what made it worth it. And we got to visit this creepy ass college town.
What was it like performing alongside Foxtails?
Oh, homies.
Yeah,
fucking
they're
homies.
fucking awesome.
They are
Love
awesome.
those guys.
Great fucking people.
Yeah, they're
nasty.
They're sick. Yeah, they go hard as fuck. They're just really nice people. Like, we had them over after our last show, and they're the coolest.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing that bands I like are also cool people.
Yeah, that's definitely
the
weirdest thing being out here. You meet so many like bands that you've like looked up to, and then you like meet them, and then you're like friends, and it's just like this is bizarre, you know?
Yeah.
Know you people now.
Yeah. Cause I still feel, like I'm still very much like a music fan before anything else, you know.
Also noticed that you guys follow Morning Dew.
Morning Dew.
I know the name.
They're another band that we've interviewed.
We do a show with them.
They're kind of like screaming,
like sort of.
Oh yeah. I remember
yes,
these
yes,
fellas.
yes.
Yeah, they were nice too. Yeah. That was with them. Yeah,
really?
they were really cool too.
Yeah, it was a house
that was
show
a
in like
crazy
Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey, basement show.
Yeah. The neighborhood radio cinematic universe is starting to.
That's fucking sick. Like that, the fact that there's already that kind of crossover. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean?
That's cool. Like I love how small like the music world can be sometimes, even though it feels like massive.
Oh no, it's
It
tiny.
really is tiny,
It's so much smaller than you think.
especially when you're in
Yeah.
like a quote unquote hub, like somewhere like here.
Yeah.
Like you
Man,
realize everyone just fucking knows everyone.
cause I live in a small town, and I've always been really jealous of like kind of hot spots for people just always be doing shit. You're always gonna come into contact with someone, and it feels like so like human. Like again, like you said, like you're a music fan first, and I feel like going into those spaces as someone who's not a part of any, it always seems so intimidating. But hearing about like
Yeah,
what's
for
going on
sure.
behind the scenes, it's it's such like a almost like a world shock or something.
It's still
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah, yeah.
intimidating.
Yeah,
Because
we were in the same boat too, like we're from a little upstate from here, and yeah, our hometown is not like this,
Okay.
where but honestly, like on the flip side, like being somewhere like here is different because you really have to have like because everything is going on all the time and everything is so accessible, you have to really stand out in order to make people, interested. Whereas in like when we go and do shows somewhere where say like the live music scene isn't as fruitful, isn't as poppin', like people there are so passionate about it because it's not something that they have this like constant stream of access to. So you find people out there that are like because they're cut off from it, they're so passionate about it, and then like they really want to get involved, and they really want to like show out to shows and like be there, So it's a double-edged sword being somewhere like here because you do have access to so many resources, but you see when you
every
leave a place like this how much passion people have for artwork when like they're not entirely surrounded by it.
yeah, it's like everybody from here is just sick. So
Yeah, everyone here is as cool as you are, so
yeah,
or
it's
cooler
very
more
humbling
likely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
all the time. But like other places that like you're saying like that aren't a direct hub for a place like this, like Philly or you know Jersey, whatever. They have like sick. Like some of the scenes are honestly just better, just because the people there just if they're going to shows, they're going to like be there for like the whole set, support, turn up and go crazy. Here, sometimes people a little bit too cool,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a little too cool syndrome going on a bit sometimes. Lately we've been having some pretty fire shows in New York, which I've been appreciating, but every now and again you get a crowd that and not that every crowd has to be fucking,
Yeah,
elbowing
yeah,
each other and going insane, but
yeah. But when New York
just
shows out, it's next level.
yeah. When New York does give you love, it's like insane,
It's
but
fucking New York.
it's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd.
Well, so you're saying like how much you've been like working like with people like when it comes to like actual like live shows and stuff. But what about like when it comes to your actual produced like studio music? Like how what's your experience working with artists over there, or maybe just anyone else
We're
compared
This
still
to?
man
figuring that
TK
out.
has been in the lab. We're as far as like collaborations, we're definitely figuring that stuff out. But
Yep.
this man TK is like mixing and mastering for half the whole fucking underground scene out here, like on the super low. Uh, has mixed and mastered some fucking awesome records for really good acts out here, like Mother Cell or a great act. Uh, Moxie Pocket, another fantastic band from around here. Just like a whole laundry list of these fire artists that
Mm.
TK is getting to do that shit
Yeah.
for. So it's really cool.
So do
It's
you
like
find like okay, when you're playing live with an artist, do you ever try to use that as an opportunity to network for musical collaborations, or do you just not sort of go there?
All the time. I mean, we're just networking pretty much every show we go to. Just make
Yep.
friends and just get in the
Mm.
scene.
yeah. It's
It's
about
usually
making friends first,
yeah.
because
So usually we
you're
just
not going
end
to
up
be able to
being
collab with
friends.
everyone.
Mm.
Yeah.
But usually everybody's open to do some type of collab. We just are. We've done it so like tight niche for so long. It's like so hard to try and branch out sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying. We definitely are trying to make some of these work.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably like you like. Do you ever get people who like seem like they really like keen on trying like something with you guys, like coming to you guys, but like I feel like it's too common when it comes to the networking world. Like you said, it's better to make friends. It's more authentic that way. It's more genuine. But there are some people who they just want to work with people. They don't give a fuck. And sometimes it's like even like just super purely self-serving. Do you ever like kind of get
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of vibe?
Yeah, nothing ever
like
comes
parasitic.
from that. Nothing ever comes from that though. Usually you can really tell, especially if
Yeah.
you're throwing a show with someone. You get to spend a decent amount of time with them, and like I don't know, you can tell if someone's like trying to be a little social climby, or not that we have too much quote unquote social capital to climb off of, but like you know,
Hey,
it definitely happens. I feel like
yeah,
more often than not though, people are pretty cool.
that's good.
Yeah.
I think that actually is like promising to hear because every now and then I feel like I feel like I have like a streak of people who talk to me that's like it's just really like off, but that's good to hear that in the real experience of it, it's a little bit more genuine.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
happens for sure. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you want to collab and like it's just purely like self-serving, it's usually like their music is like not really worth working with anyway. I don't know. It's like a lot of factors kind of play into it. It's like I don't know. People, if you're sick and you're like in the scene, you know, they usually stick together and they'll come out and support and try to work with you and shit.
Yeah.
But you know.
Awesome.
I mean, so what you say you guys get to like spend a lot of time with the other like sets and stuff. What does that like really mean? Do y'all like chill like in the lobby like with each other for a little bit or
Like other
Yeah, I
bands.
mean,
yeah like whoever's like performing in whatever show you're going to.
yeah, you get there, you got a sound check together, and I don't know, you get a sense of what their set's gonna be like before you actually see the actual
cool.
set. Maybe if the place has a green room, you're both chilling in the green room, or I don't know. If an act seems cool, you know, I mean, regardless, maybe it's just a thing for me, but if we're doing a show together, I always try to see the other acts, you know, unless like I don't know, I get a weird vibe or something, but like always try to be respectful, see the other acts, and just by nature of doing that and like just throwing the show together, you end up spending a lot of time
Yeah, I
just
feel like
hanging out with them that day.
yeah, like most importantly, like the music is gonna have to speak for itself. Like, so we try to like make our set as undeniable as possible, so people can see us and they like understand like, okay, you know, these people are take it very seriously. Like they like want to, they're like much more inclined to like you know shoot the shits with us.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's
Because a lot
definitely
of
a
people don't know
conversation
us.
starter.
So
Yeah.
it's like our name's just like ending up on like random bills that you know nobody's ever heard us for. But
I mean that's like the case for a lot of other bands, and that's why I want to ask you guys like how much times do you either find your like how much do you like really research either like the spot you're going to or like the bands that are also playing like how much like how much research you put into that beforehand?
I think it's really different for all of us.
I think we're pretty good about it. So, like
We try to stay tapped into like everything going on underneath.
Like to listen to every act on the show, or if we really know them and what they sound like and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we usually give everyone a listen, you know, base level listen and see what they're about, and yeah, definitely try to check out the venue. And I don't know, I think it's important to be tapped in to stuff like that, even if it's just people that you don't see yourself ever doing a show with again, just because maybe the genre doesn't match up. It's a weird booking or whatever. Like I don't know, maybe it's just like an anxiety thing, but I'm just like, who are these people? Who are we? You know?
I mean that makes sense. Like, you know, it's like again, we were saying, it's, your music fans at the end of the day. That still comes before everything. Like, do you like? I mean, like that's got to be pretty like dope. Like, you ever feel like you got to have like a lot of times where you just feel like you're just at a super fucking sick show, like regardless of that you're performing. Just like, wow, these guys are fucking awesome.
The last batch of shows have been very on par with that. the last like couple months.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes other bands be so good, I'm like forgetting we have to perform like right after. I'm like in their mosh pit going crazy, like, oh yeah, we gotta do that
Yeah.
shit.
I get a little bit like imposter syndrome sometimes, like doesn't feel like we should be here, but you know,
y'all are on the fucking 2K soundtrack, bro. Like that's big.
that stuff is so weird because it's like we have like these such like weird like accolades like that, but like we're still so new and DIY when it comes to like live stuff.
Yeah.
We're kind of like doing everything backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's crazy that you guys won the 2K soundtrack. That's like when I was like in high school and all my friends played 2K and like half their playlists would just be shit from 2K. So that's
Yeah,
like
yo,
it's got to be a great like so many people would be discovering your music off of that.
Yeah, it was surreal. The crazy thing is too, and I can say this now because we're through that game cycle. The next one has already come out. So I don't give a fuck anymore. But goddamn, I actually like despise those games and what they stand for.
Oh, like business model,
Like,
everything, bro.
It's literally like child gambling simulator.
Ugh.
You know, they dropped the bag on us, so I can't even.
What game gets worse every year?
Yeah.
What
literally.
game does that?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is doing a pretty good job with that right now.
Well, I mean, like Call of Duty. See, that is true, but like I feel like they almost cracked the code with that every other year bullshit. I think that's still a little bit too crunchy, but like with these yearly games, man, it's just it's because they're so big it happens, but I can't believe they still get bought. Like literally, why? Why is it not just like an update?
Yeah, they're too big now. They're just way too big to be doing that.
Just
buy it.
Just to go back to Yakuza, it blows my mind that the Yakuza games come out every single year.
It's yearly?
Yeah.
That's wild. I mean, they reuse a lot of assets.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Oh no, they do. People. So the developer is Ryu Gugutoku, but people call them reuse Gugutoku.
Oh yeah, but like, see, like, yeah, but so does all these 2K games. So does all these EA games.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny.
That's impressive
though, because the Yakuza games, like, they're always good. Like, no one gives a shit that they reuse Kamurocho in every single game, because people enjoy them.
Yeah, it's all about the intention. Their intention with those games is to tell a story, but the intention with 2K is most certainly to make money. Yeah, to just drain bank accounts.
No,
very strange thing. Like I feel like our music doesn't really fit in, but like weirdly enough, hearing Terminal in there, it kind of doesn't feel out of place. So I don't know, such a bizarre thing to this day.
It doesn't really make sense.
It's I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like the identity of like 2K music, there's like a certain like whether or not like you might like the song or not, there's something left field about it. It's not just like mainstream music that's on the 2K soundtrack, at least most of it. There's always something a little, even if it's what makes it bad, there's something a little bit weird about it, and I think that allows it for a lot of more left field stuff.
I always like, for me, I've always thought that sports games always have good soundtracks. And if I listen to a song and my feedback or my consensus is, oh yeah, this sounds like FIFA menu music, or this sounds like 2K music, like that is always a compliment. Like whenever I give that opinion on something.
It just makes me wonder like who was in the conference room like pitching us to be the game. Like,
so you didn't like so wait. So you didn't like have like apply or something like that? It just happened?
Not at all.
They reached out to us, totally random.
That's even like more mind blowing.
We thought it was a scam, like absolutely.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Called the lawyers and fucking everything to double check. They got tight for me calling them. They were like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Not literally, because they're a fucking lawyer," but they just got like tight and then fucking real.
I just can't imagine like some executive at 2K just listening to AFK and be like, "Yeah, man, like
that's so cool."
Yeah.
Like,
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was just so bizarre that it was like we couldn't say no, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome. That's so fire. It's like, yeah, like the dream. I think getting your music in a video game is like one of the best forms of exposure, because people always associate, like, if it's a game people like, people and your song is in it, people will always like, they'll like your song more because they'll associate it with their favorite game.
Yeah.
Than if they just hear it on like a Spotify playlist or on the radio or something. So
It's definitely like a dream to get any song into a video game. It's kind of like weird to have that happen so early, like in our career. It's like, damn, okay, now what?
Now we got to get into a real game.
Yeah, like a bigger game. Or like,
No, like
ooh,
yeah, just
ideally, like soundtracking a game would be.
Yep.
message
That's a big goal.
Kojima and get in Death Stranding too.
Yo, you could kill me the next day and I'd be totally.
I was about to say, don't this guy.
I'm Kojima's my goat.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because like that's like another like example of just how crazy it can be. Like Low Roll, they were literally making music out of their kitchen before they were featured in Death Stranding.
Oh my god,
that is crazy.
Just like blew them the fuck up. Rest in peace, Low Roll. But
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, dude, I think he passed away.
Yeah, but they're like such a great example of like the impact that featuring in a video game can have, like, on the visibility of your music.
Yeah.
See, I think that makes it like so like weird that might happen in terms of like the executive room and stuff is like you don't feel like I'm assuming you guys don't really make when you're deciding like your aesthetic and like whatever you might be designing for visuals. I'm assuming you'd not like the first thing on your mind isn't how can we make this like mass appeal, right? So I want to ask like who's like which one of you, is it all three of you guys like really like brainstorming with like your visual direction, or is it a specific one who's doing it? Because there's a lot of like weird shit you guys do, whether it's like mask editing or the 3D masks. Like you guys step into a lot of different avenues.
It's probably honestly Brandon's probably spearheading most of that. I think like he'll spearhead like a lot of ideas, and then we kind of just like come in and help fill it out with just like stuff that we like, and just natural influence and stuff that we like, video games, just aesthetic stuff. But mostly, I think I'd probably give that to Brandon.
Yeah, always trying to low key tell a bit of a story, even if it's just purely through visuals. I mean, there was a bit more of a. What was that?
I said on some Dark Souls shit, bro. It's just.
Yeah. Keep it subtle, But lately, as the music sort of ventures more into the storytelling zone and stuff like that, I feel more compelled to, like, with our videos, sort of build something. So yeah, we got some ideas for some future stuff that I think if there are any AFK faithful that have been tapped in, it'll feel like a sort of not like we're doing our own little like MCU thing, but there'll be a connection between the old and the new within the visuals, and I think it'll be satisfying for people who keep up with it.
Yeah, people will trace it back eventually when they find it and stuff.
Yeah.
Little Easter eggs, I guess.
That's cool.
The visuals definitely is just like I'm always sending these guys stupid bullshit I edit, or like I don't know, visual ideas and shit that I find, and once we lock down on a concept, we just all build it together. And like I've directed all our videos, and obviously I have to be in them. So the two most recent ones, our roommate helped shoot. He was another film major I went to school with, and yeah, it's just we got a nice little team for the visuals. It's a good time. Definitely trying to do more of that kind of stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
See, I'm that's something that I've been wondering when it comes to like being the director, but also having to be like a part of it. Like how do you like actually get it to how you want it?
It's just trust for
Oh,
whoever you have shooting. Like I'm I I'm a film major. Like I went to school for film, and my whole thing was like cinematography and editing. So, and my roomie that helped shoot Nandy, he's also a cinematographer, and like I can communicate with him like on a level where like I
Oh
can tell
yeah.
him like what I want or what I'm envisioning, or we'll even like set up the shot together with like someone else in the frame if I'm supposed to be in. And
Right.
it's just communication. We have a good sense of communication. We've known each other for a long time, and he gets what we're trying to do, you know?
yeah, we're kind of hard for us to trust. We're getting better, but like hard to trust like other people that we don't really know shoot our footage or just like shoot us in general
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you kind of just don't know how like people just don't capture it correctly.
Mm.
Definitely trying to branch out in that regard. Get some other hands on deck for music video stuff because we
Yeah,
know a lot of talented filmmakers and videographers and video artists and shit. So it'd be
So
cool to.
that's good to hear
Yep.
to be open more because like yeah, like sometimes that the own personal stuff can like stop some really cool stuff from coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to like get different perspectives and different like yeah eyes on what you're doing. I guess.
Mhm.
yeah.
Do
For
you
like
so
every
you said you're a film? Oh, sorry. There you go.
no, I was gonna say it's like for every aspect of stuff we do, like whether it be music or videos, I think we all have like it's pretty collaborative all around. Like we all just
Mm.
take turns kind of going at it, and it's never like
Yeah.
one person ever just like mainly does something.
hmm
Which is kind
So
of
you
nice.
said, Brandon, you said you're a film manager. What films? What films? And this goes for all three of you. What films are you guys into?
I'm into all kinds of shit. I don't know. I watch a whole wide variety of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm obviously, if anybody knows me, they know I'm big on kaiju movies. It would be
Okay.
a fucking dream to do
Yeah.
something kaiju related with AFK, but
Yeah.
I can
that'll
already
require a
Yeah.
bit more budget.
Yeah.
It'll require a bit more budget to carry out the vision, but that's like
Mhm.
my niche obsession though. Like as far as
Um.
movies that I watch like
Yeah. So
on the daily or I don't
you'd be keen for Godzilla -1 then.
oh yeah, I'm tickets are copped. Or well, I'm trying to cop tickets, but goddamn Beyonce done bought out all the IMAX theaters in New York. There's no
Really?
IMAX showing. Yeah.
That's shit.
That's
That's
that
so
kind of
yeah.
sucks.
Because I'm going to Melbourne the week that movie comes out, and me and my friend are gonna go and see that in IMAX. Um.
Yeah, I can't even see it in
So
IMAX
that
till like
sucks
2
ass that
weeks.
it's not in.
But it's
Yeah.
coming out just later on
Yeah, in
IMAX.
IMAX. I
Rather
mean, I'm gonna
rather
see it
rather let
probably
it's
in
Beyonce.
yo. You drop that bag on AMC, I'm sure. It's just like
Oh yeah,
yeah, I don't know,
Thomas, you
but
still muted.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
So
films.
kaiju movies, yeah, one of my friends is like obsessed with them. I feel like most kaiju, like most people I've met are either just don't care about kaiju movies or they're just absolutely obsessed with them. There's like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
no like in between.
I hear you. Yeah, yeah, totally. It's like something that you like people either don't even think about at all, just like this innocuous thing in pop culture, or
Yeah.
like it's your whole life.
Yeah, yeah. No, I thought it was pretty dope when Magic the Gathering did the Godzilla
Yeah,
crossover.
yeah, all that artwork was fucking awesome. I don't play Magic, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely saw all that.
yeah,
So what about
yeah.
y'all,
I
Danny
what was
Um,
and
that?
TK?
ooh. I'm not as much of a film buff as Brandon is, but I have some favorites. I think Dancer in the Dark is probably up there for me. It's like the Bjork Lars von Trier movie, even though he's kind of a piece of shit, you know. But incredible movie. I think Lighthouse is great. I don't know, anything that can like has like a strong visual and just makes me feel something emotionally. I feel like I'm pretty. I have a lot of love for.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm not really that big into movies, unfortunately. I just don't watch them. I invest pretty much all my time in music and just, even from a kid, to be honest with you. So, mad classics I haven't seen. I've heard all the hate, but yeah.
We did just finish Succession, which is a TV show, but
Yeah, it's a TV show. Like,
I still haven't watched. I watched like the first episode of Succession, and like that's it.
it's good stuff right there. That's good eats.
Someone in the audience asked, "Have any of you guys seen House MD?"
No, I haven't, but I remember that shit being on all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah, like that's exclusive. That's one of those shows that you wake up to like randomly.
Yeah, it's just on the TV after you passed out.
Someone said about cartoons. We are big cartoon buffs.
Yeah, for sure.
What are your favorite cartoons?
Courage the
Samurai
Cowardly Dog might
Jack.
be up there for me.
Sorry.
Which one?
You said Courage the Cowardly Dog. Brandon said something though.
Oh,
Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah, classic.
Samurai Jack might be my favorite show ever.
Interesting. Yeah.
So TK, you got another '90s pick?
I hear you talking in the other room, Thomas, but I don't think it's coming through.
Also, like
he's
Gundam.
saying his AirPod.
Ah, damn.
I watched Mad Sailor Moon when I was a kid.
Yeah. I've never seen Sailor Moon. I have a Sailor Moon hoodie that I got from a garage sale, but I've never seen it.
Oh,
you guys...
That shit.
Yeah.
Wait.
You guys...
There we go. Oh my fucking. Sorry, I gotta stop cursing. I don't know.
Do you guys watching?
Doing
do you guys watch Invincible?
No, I haven't. Dan's seen it.
Not all of it. I've only seen like a little bit.
Man, did you see the Adam Eve special?
I saw some of the fight scenes from that shit.
Bro,
Crazy.
okay, if you've seen the show, you gotta watch that special because it's so like that shit made me cry. Like, it's man, Invincible. I'm not like what I like about Invincible is like it's not like The Boys really where like it being edgy is like a real big part of the draw. With Invincible, like again, like it's edgy in the sense that it's like this is what real life is like. Well, but the actual character writing, like, so good.
Invincible is good because it's literally like Invincible is literally just like the old Justice League cartoons, but with blood and gore. Like it's not like a satire of anything or
exactly. It's earnest. Like it doesn't. It's not making fun of itself as it does it.
Yeah, like it's literally just like a classic superhero cartoon, but with more violence as opposed to something like The Boys, which is like a lot more like Rick said, like edgier and like more satirical, which is probably my favorite thing about Invincible. But I can't wait for season 2 to like all come out.
So you're gonna
it's really annoying out.
Go on.
It's really annoying that they're doing it in 2 parts, but
is it two parts? That kind of blows.
Yeah, it's like what they did with Better Call Saul. That shit pissed me off.
Yo, it's one of my favorite shows ever.
I was about to say.
Better Call Saul, Better Call Saul slaps. Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad. I will die on this hill.
I do love that take. I think they're so close. My opinion changes all the time, but that is a big.
I mean, like they're both like incredible. But I personally, for me personally, I just think like the characterization of like Jimmy and Kim, for me just and watching them grow over the show and
it's a much stronger character study.
Yeah, sure. like what I like is like in Breaking Bad, like the twist would be like some like event happens or something. That'll be like the big like thing. Whereas in Better Call Saul, the big event would be that like a character relationship has like broken down or like something like that.
Yeah, less bombastic, more intrapersonal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that like last that last season, that like
I got
just
to
kept
see the mid-season premiere like a whole month early in theaters
really.
because they did a screening in the city. So I
Damn.
had spoilers for like a whole month.
That's why people had
But
spoilers for
I
so
didn't
long.
fuck it up.
I didn't know where they come from. I just remember being on Twitter being like, "Don't say shit."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I will never forget that like the way that the first half of the season ended. Like,
Oh yeah, shocking.
yeah, that apparently it's crazy. I was reading apparently like apparently that was just a coincidence that was what their mid-season ended on. Like they like
And they
it
didn't
wasn't.
plan that.
They didn't plan that, no.
It's
Uh,
fucking insane.
so it just like kind of worked out perfectly. That it's like that. Yeah, that's how it ended.
But what I was gonna say, a little transition. We've been here talking for about an hour. Really appreciate you guys coming on here and talking and chatting.
Of
Hope
course.
you guys would be open to do it sometime in the future. We'd always love to have you on again.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, coming on.
I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you guys. You guys are saying that you're making a lot of efforts to be playing more live shows and planning on, really getting really intricate with visuals and stuff. That makes that what's coming out and stuff like you guys want to give like any more info about what's to come soon, or you want to still keep it on the hush hush and just want to plug the socials. What do you guys want to leave
Yeah.
the audience off with?
We do have a bit of a project in the works. It's in the early stages. But it's a kind of a concept. And it's in early concept, but it's definitely the most like consistent concept across a project that we've done so far. And it kind of came about really naturally. I don't know. It wasn't really planned, but we realized there was kind of a through line between all the music we were making and gonna kind of run with it.
Hell yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
songs, maybe some singles, some videos,
Definitely might be like the heftiest project we've done so far.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
So,
sure.
let's
a
go.
lot of just like chiseling away at just like stupid details that like nobody would see, but matter to
Yeah.
us.
Would love to drop some shit before then though, like singles or whatever, but we'll see. We're working on so much shit.
We're looking at
Soundtrack a
early next year.
movie recently.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Did
Oh,
the soundtrack for a movie, a little indie movie that I also
I was about
acted
to.
in.
Okay, I was about to say, is that the one that you started? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just finished that and I'm very proud of it. Came together really nice. So that'll be cool. And yeah, if you're in the New York area, come pop out to a show because we're always doing shows out here.
I
Got
think
one next week with Kill Alters.
we're talking about doing DC in April. I think.
Oh yeah, potential East Coast kind of tour next year with our good friends. So
That's exciting.
yeah, yeah.
Hell
At
yeah.
AFK TDA on Instagram if you want to
Let's
see where
go. AFK, the greatest. Y'all don't even know yet. Y'all don't even know yet. Let's go.
we're at. We're trying out here.
All right. We'll let you guys go. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great evening.
Appreciate
Have a great
you.
rest of your night.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys. Good to
Peace out.
Appreciate y'all.
Good to chat to you guys.
Sure.
Peace, y'all.
Peace out. Hey, it's your boy Rick. We were chatting a little bit before the show started, and there's a little bit of insight to their boosting their careers, so I figured it'd be worth throwing at the back end of the interview here. So if you're still listening, thank you very much, and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Before we get into it, I was listening, doing my research before this interview, listening to all the music, and like, that's the type of shit. Like, if that came out if I discovered you guys when I was in high school, like, I think it would have been like, I would have been fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. Fuck yeah.
Like, because that was when I was real into like Scarlord and like XXX Tentacion, like all that kind of shit. Smoke
Mhm.
Perp, and yeah, so I was like real into that like distorted like experimental rap shit.
Fuck
So
yeah.
yeah.
Not even I mean not that was experimental, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I was listening to it and I'm like, damn, like 2018, 2019 me would have like frothed the fuck out of this.
I mean, that's what
That's
happened.
fucking sick.
Like, yeah, I don't know
That's
if you know
really-
Zeke, but like, like randomly 2018, like which Typhoid got picked up by like Spotify,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
With the
I wasn't even like the playlist that it got picked up on. I just like accidentally let the radio play on. I never let that shit. I always have it on repeat instead of infinite play because I usually don't like infinite play. But then one day I let it and Typhoid came on. I'm like, oh, this shit's hard. You guys had like almost no music out.
Yeah. You got
And
the. I think you might have found us before.
You were one of the first.
was it really? Because
It
I
might have
remember
been. It might have
In
been
Typhoid,
pre-Fantano stimulus check.
See the thing is like I remember
Nah,
seeing
nah.
Fantano later on, like months even after it happened. I saw that clip of Fantano seeing it, and I thought, oh, that must be why I heard it, y'all. Maybe
Wait,
that had something to do
absolutely.
with it.
Fantano.
Okay.
You were one of the-
featured your music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time
It-
ago. One song when he was doing reviewing
Damn,
your
that's-
music for the audience.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that gave us our first big boost, you know?
Yeah.
That was like the first time